I got a lot of hate from my last RL series review, so hopefully this one will clear the air and help you understand what I do and don't like about these monitors. Check out our website at TechteamGB.co.uk for more info on both this and many other products, and also up-to-date news on all things tech. Stick around for this awesome video. So this is BenQ's RL2460HT. It's basically the successor to the RL2455HM and is a console gaming monitor by kind of branding, but do bear in mind that it still is designed to be used with a PC considering its portrait mode and the DVI and VGA ports. Now in terms of maneuverability, you've got 110mm of height adjust, 15 and minus 15 degrees of tilt, 45 degrees of swivel either way, and as I said, you can put it in portrait mode, so 90 degrees rotation on the panel. Now this monitor for me is a little bit kind of a strange one again, similar to the RL2755HM that I looked at a while ago and got a bit of hate for, but because it's a relatively, there aren't too many bells and whistles to it, I find it a little bit strange that there is quite a price increase on these sort of class of monitors. In terms of stuff like the menu, it's fairly standard to most other BenQ monitors with relatively decent buttons, physical buttons on the side. Things like black equalizer and low blue light mode, although both of those aren't something that I would necessarily, hunt for on a monitor, as really I didn't see too much difference personally, although obviously that's up to your own personal standards. In terms of I/O, you've got a VGA port, DVI-D port, 2 HDMI ports and an HDMI out port, which is really the key difference between this and other kind of BenQ monitors. This monitor actually, besides the stand and the HDMI out port, is basically exactly the same as the GL2460HM, which at the time of filming is about £50 cheaper. So if you can handle the possible slight extra latency that a capture card in between the PC and the monitor would give, then this, I think the GL2460 might be a lot better shout. This one really doesn't have great viewing angles either, as you can see here. If you tilt it up and look at it pretty much any way that isn't straight on, you get very heavy kind of polarization and color shift, and while it is still really okay and decent enough to game on, it isn't something that I would personally recommend, as the kind of value for money here, especially when BenQ themselves make monitors that are effectively exactly the same, is something to take into account. So before you shout at me that, I'm an idiot and I'm only looking at this from a PC gamer's perspective, and what other comments did I get on the RL2755 video? Stuff like, it's designed for console gamers, so you know nothing, that sort of thing. Before you say any of those things, hear me out first. So this monitor is, it's relatively decent. Obviously the viewing angles aren't great, but it is a TN panel, so it has a relatively low response time. The HDMI out port is quite cool, but at the same time, capture cards and things that are designed to sit in between the the console or the PC and the monitors, stuff that's designed to be in between there, is designed to be in between there. It's the pass-through is the lowest latency it can possibly be, and if you really think that you can benefit from a couple extra milliseconds, then sure, go for this, do what you like. But at the same time, do bear in mind that consoles, especially, that's the thing that people keep telling me these monitors are designed for. Consoles are designed to be used on TVs, things that are pretty terrible for gaming. And so the idea that, a monitor like this could drastically improve your, competitive gaming experience over, the hardware that is basically designed to not be all that great anyway, seems a little strange. I realise I've just offended quite a lot of people there, but deal with it. Because consoles are basically just terrible PCs, or at least this generation anyway. But yeah, let's get back to not offending people. Woohoo! So yeah, basically for me, because I've had a GL2450HM for I think 4 years now, I really cannot recommend that one enough. And considering that the GL2455HM is 50 quid cheaper at the time of filming, I really can't in sort of good conscience recommend the RL series one, as capture cards are designed to sit in between them, so you really don't get much benefit from having that HDMI out port. And if you're not willing to switch over a cable for 50 quid occasionally when you want to change between consoles or whatever, then go for it, do what you like. But at the same time, if you're not willing to switch over the cable, then go for the one with two, but whatever. So in terms of kind of pros and cons, as said, it's a relatively nicely designed monitor. It does have a decent I/O, and the fact that it has the HDMI out port is quite cool. But the viewing angles aren't great, and it has what I would say is much better competition from the same company. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you're planning on picking one of these up. Now, in terms of kind of scoring, I'm going to give this a 3 for 5 for money. It really does feel a bit more expensive than it really should be, and especially considering there's a cheaper alternative, again, that's that one. In terms of performance, I think it's going to get a 4 because the viewing angles really aren't great. Functionality, because of the HDMI port and generally just being pretty decent, menu system being good, it's going to get a 5 for functionality, 4 for style, and I think 3 for TechteamGB score because, as I said, for me, pick up a GL2460HM or 2460HM rather than this one. That's my personal opinion. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, especially if you have any idea of why somebody would want to pick one of these up over the the cheaper one, effectively. But other than that, yeah, I guess that's kind of it. I hope I've offended everyone efficiently. But other than that, yeah, feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, feel free to let me know why in the comments down below, and I will attempt to improve for next time. But other than that, yeah, check us out on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to pick one of these or either of these monitors up, feel free to use my Amazon affiliate links. There's going to be a link to both the GL2460HM or 2450 and the RL2460HT. Both of those are going to be linked in the description down below if you want to check them out or pick either of them up. And yeah, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and I guess that's kind of it. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all in the next one.